You know what most people find hard to believe? That term insurance, the kind that promises your family a 1 crore payout, costs less than a fancy dinner for two every month. Naturally, the next question is, wait, if it's this cheap and this generous, why would any insurance company even offer it? And if you've ever asked yourself that, you're already thinking smarter than the most. So, in this episode of Term 101, we'll break it down. Why insurers are not only okay offering term plans, but why they actually want to. And on the flip side, why it's still one of the smartest decisions you can make for your family. Also, quick heads up. If you're watching Term 101 for the first time, this series is your go-to guide for understanding life insurance, brought to you by Ditto Insurance. Clear, no jargon, no sales pitch. And if you ever want personal help picking the right plan, book a free call with Ditto. Our advisors will handhold you throughout the process. No spam, no pressure, just real help. Cool? Let's now get into it. So, why do insurers even sell term plans in the first place? First up, it's all about probabilities. From an insurer's perspective, a term plan is what they call a low incidence, high impact product. Now, this means while the payout is big, the chances of them having to pay it soon are pretty low, especially if the policyholder is young and healthy. Statistically speaking, a 30-year-old non-smoker has very low chance of dying in the next 30 years. So, if they're paying 12,000 or 15,000 a year for 1 crore cover, the insurer knows there's a very high chance they'll never have to pay out that money. Now, multiply that across lakhs of customers. That's a lot of premiums coming in and only a small number of actual claims. Now, this is what makes term insurance mathematically viable for insurers. And it's not just about the age or health. Insurers also adjust the premium based on your lifestyle, job, health risks, even your gender. So, someone with hypertension or someone who works in a risky environment, well, they'll probably pay more. Whereas a healthy, salaried individual might get the best rates. This kind of data-driven pricing is what makes the entire model sustainable. And if you're wondering how they get this data, well, insurance companies have decades of mortality statistics and actuarial models. They've literally run the numbers on death. Now, here's another thing people don't often talk about. A huge number of term insurance policies never run their full term. People let them lapse, they forget to pay, or they just assume they don't need it anymore once they're older. And when that happens, the insurance company gets to keep all the premiums paid without paying the sum assured. Sure, you can revive a lapsed policy within 5 years, but there may be extra charges or a fresh round of medical underwriting. Most people never get around to it. So again, from an insurer's side, even lapsed policies are profitable. Now, let's talk strategy. For insurers, term insurance is often a customer's entry point into world of life insurance. It's simple, affordable, and it builds trust. Once you're on board, the insurer gets the chance to offer you other products like ULIPs, endowments, savings plan, child plans, well, the whole lot. Now, we at Ditto don't recommend those because we believe insurance is for protection and never about returns. But that's how the industry works. And insurers see term plans as a gateway to long-term customer value. There's also a regulatory angle here. The IRDAI, the insurance regulator, actually encourages insurers to offer more pure protection products. Because these products do what insurance is supposed to do: protect families financially when someone passes away. So, offering term insurance helps insurers comply with the public interest mandates and also builds long-term trust with the customers. Also, let's not forget, every premium you pay doesn't just sit in a bank account. Insurers invest those premiums into safe, regulated instruments like government bonds, high-quality debt funds, and sometimes even equities. This investment income, that's called the float, is another source of profitability. So, even though the product looks simple from the outside, it's part of a much bigger financial engine that insurers have mastered over the years. Now, let's flip the question. Why should you buy term insurance? What's in it for you? First, and this is the most important part, if you have people who depend on your income, a term plan is your financial firewall. It ensures that if something were to happen to you, your family still has money to live, pay bills, repay loans, and pursue the life you planned for them. And unlike endowment plans or ULIPs, where your cover is low and returns are hazy, A term plan gives you the highest coverage for the lowest possible cost. It's pure and simple protection. No bonuses, no deductions, no hidden charges. Think of it like a fire extinguisher. You don't expect it to make you money, but you'll be glad it's there when something goes wrong. Second reason, it works best when your liabilities are highest. So if you have young kids, aging parents, or a home loan, that's exactly when you need maximum coverage. And you know the best part? You can get a 1 crore or 2 crore coverage right now for the price of a weekend outing. And if you're not sure how much cover you should get or whether your current plan is enough, just book a free call with Ditto. We'll do the math for you, no strings attached. The link's in the description. Or you can Google Ditto Insurance and you'll find us there. There's also a tax angle here. Premiums are eligible for deduction under Section 80C, and the payout your nominee receives is completely tax-free under Section 1010D. But let's be clear, tax savings are just a bonus. The real benefit here is peace of mind. Knowing that your family won't have to sell assets or borrow money or rely on relatives if something happens to you. Now, that's something what you're really paying for. And finally, a term plan gives your family liquidity. They get an immediate cash payout without waiting for legal paperwork or market conditions or investment maturity. And that, during a crisis, can make all the difference. So yes, insurers offer term insurance because it's profitable, but you buy term insurance because it's practical. It protects your family, it preserves your savings, and it lets you sleep easier at night. If you don't have a plan already, now's the time. Head to Ditto, book a free call. We'll guide you through the whole process honestly and clearly. And folks, in the next episode, we'll tackle the big question. How much coverage should you actually take? Is 1 crore enough, or should you go higher? And how do you arrive at the right number? We'll explain everything with real-life logic. I'm Shashank, and you're watching Ditto Insurance. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, happy insurance hunting.